Hey everyone, welcome to Things Lucy Reads. I'm Luce and this is my August book haul. I acquired a lot of books in August, not just because of my birthday, but just in general. The first part of this haul is a 10-book order that I made from Booktopia as like an early birthday present. First one I got is a Penguin Black classic. It's A Cup of Sake Beneath the Cherry Trees by Kenko, and it's I thought it was poems, but it's not. It's little scenes and stuff. The next book from that order is just a little pocket book about bisexuality. It was only like $1. I picked this up because it was written by Angie Bowie, who was David Bowie's first wife. And when they were married, he kind of came out as bisexual. And then later on, there were people saying that it was just a publicity stunt and that Angie had made him do it and that it wasn't true. And so it's just all very intriguing, and actually it has his name on the cover. It says David Bowie right here with among the other bisexual people, but there's nothing actually about him in the book. So yeah, but it's just about famous bisexuals and bisexuality in general, so I thought I would give it a shot. And then I have Poison by Sarah Pinborough. There's a bit of a lesbian twist in Charm, and two of the characters in that are also in this, so I'm hoping that this will maybe explore that a little bit more. And then I also have The Friendly Young Ladies by Mary Renault. My friend Joanna really loves this author, and this one is about lesbians, and it was only like $8, so I picked it up because I've never seen it anywhere. And then I also have The Remarkable Journey of Miss Tranby Quirk by Elizabeth Ridley, which is set in 1909 about a spinster and secret suffragette called Tranby Quirk, and about how she unexpectedly finds love, and she's a lesbian, so this is my jam. And I also have Tangled Girls, which is an anthology of short stories edited by Nicole Kimberling, just about queer people, so yeah. And then also in the same vein, I have one called Just Tangle Edition XY, also edited by Nicole Kimberling. This one is about extraordinary heroes that are also all queer, so yes. And then I have Strange Fortune by Josh Lanyon, which is like a high fantasy adventure novel with queer characters in it. And I got for like $2.50 or $3.50 a coffee table book called Queer by Simon Gage, Lisa Richards, and Howard Wilmot, with a foreword by Boy George. And this is just about queer history and important moments and stuff like that. And I don't actually know a lot about queer history. I know only the very basic stuff and not a lot of that. So I thought that this would be a really good book to read, because I should know the history of my own people and I don't, and that's a tragedy. And then the last book that I got in that order is a Hobbit Chronicles book, and it is Cloaks and Daggers, and it has a foreword by Evangeline Lilly, who plays Tariel. And so this is about the weaponry and the costumes of the characters, and that is one of my favorite things about these movies. So as soon as I saw that it was there and for only $10, I had to pick it up. And then the rest of these books are just ones that I've bought throughout the month. The first one is Big Trouble by R.A. Spratt, which is the third book in the Friday Barnes series, which I've talked about a lot on my channel before. I love it. And the next book I have is one that I got from Bookmooch. It's the fourth in the Destiny's Path series called Caradoc of the North Wind. I read the first one and I wasn't that impressed with it, but I think the later books I'm going to like more because there'll be a little bit of character development. At least I'm hoping there will be. And then the next book I have is Fairy Tales, Stories of the Grim and Gruesome, which is a short story anthology edited by Stephen Jones and illustrated by Alan Lee, who is like an official Tolkien illustrator, and he makes my favorite Tolkien illustrations. And so I've wanted this book for ages just because he illustrated it, and all of the short stories are like inspired by a fairy tale. So this book will have the fairy tale that inspired the story first, and then the story afterwards. So that's really cool, and I can't wait to read it. And then another book I bought because it was really cheap on sale on the Book Depository is William Shakespeare's The Jedi Doth Return by Ian Dosher, which is a retelling of the 6th Star Wars movie, or the 3rd, depending on how much of a purist you are. he retells it in Shakespearean language, and this was there for only $7. And usually these books are like 18, so I picked that up as well. The big comic book order that I made with my birthday money was partly paid for with my wages, so these next 6 graphic novels I'm going to show you I'm not counting as birthday books because I paid for them with my own money. They weren't like gifts or whatever. So I have Hatter M, Far From Wonder, which is volume 1 of the Hatter M series by Frank Bador, which is a graphic novel tie-in series for The Looking Glass Wars, which is a retelling of Alice in Wonderland. And then I also got the first five volumes of the New 52 Wonder Woman series. So that is volume 1, Blood, volume 2, Guts, volume 3, Iron, volume 4, War, and volume 5, Flesh. I've never read any Wonder Woman comics ever or seen her in any movies. I've kind of developed an affection for her just because she's the only female superhero that you can get merchandise read like easily for. So I thought I should probably actually read her comics and then I will know what I'm talking about. She made a cameo in an issue of Batwoman and I really enjoyed that. And I just love Greek mythology in general, so I'm looking forward to reading this series. The next 2 books I got from Booktopia because I was ordering a book that Luisina wanted but couldn't buy in Argentina, but I could get it pretty easily here. So I ordered that and then decided that I would pick up a couple of books for myself, as you do. So the first one I have is Clipped Wings by Helena Hunting, which is a Fallen Angel new adult. Is it Fallen Angels? I don't know. I think there's angels in it. There's definitely tattoos. It's a new adult that everyone has been reading and loving, so I thought I would give it a shot. And then the next book is a YA novel. It's The Memory of After by Lenore Applehans, which was previously published as Level 2. I don't remember where I read the synopsis, but there was a synopsis of this somewhere that compared it to Inception and The Matrix. And I absolutely love The Matrix. I really enjoyed Inception. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, yes, this is going to be my jam. It's like science fiction, but also has angels in it, I believe. It's set in the afterlife. This girl dies just before she turns 18 and kind of spends her life on this space station that is like limbo. It's between life and the afterlife, and there are angels there and shit goes down, and anyway, it just sounds really interesting. The next book that I have to show you is volume 3 of the Revolutionary Girl Utena manga tie-in series for the anime of the same name. I got the first volume for my birthday from my friend Sylvia, hair in my mouth. And I picked up volume 3 because it was pretty much the only other one that the book depository had. This series is going out of print. And then the next book I have is entirely the fault of my friend Joanna. It is called The Spring of Casper Meyer by Ben Ferguson. It's set just after World War II. It's about a guy in Germany who is gay and he gets blackmailed because of that, and he has ties to the black market and things like that, and it's like murder mysteries as well or something, I don't know. Joanna did a review for it, which I will link down below. I was under orders to read this, and then it was only $6 on Booktopia, so I couldn't not buy it. So I did, and I will read it eventually, and hopefully I like it as much as she does. So yeah. And then the next book I have is The Last Wish by Andrzej Sapkowski, or Sapkowski probably. This is a high fantasy series, and a lot of people have said it is as far from Tolkien as you can get, and that's what makes it amazing. This was also made into a video game called The Witcher, and I'm going to have a PlayStation 3 very soon. It will be my first ever video game console. So I wanted to be a nerd and read the book before I played the game. So yeah. And then the last book I'm going to show you is really exciting. We have these cheap shops in Australia. One of them is called Cheapest Chips. I found this book there for $4 and I could not believe that it was so cheap. And it's like brand new, like they weren't secondhand or anything, they were brand new books. And the book is Dangerous Women, which is an anthology of short stories about dangerous women, edited by George R.R. Martin of A Song of Ice and Fire fame, and Gardner Dozois, who I've never heard of, but whatever. Yeah, so this has a bunch of authors in it who I have either read myself and really enjoyed or heard really good things about. Yeah, it was just, only $4, and I saw it there and I was like, is this the real life? So there was no way that I was not picking it up, so I did, and I'm really excited to read this. And what makes it even more exciting is that to buy this in hardback in some other Australian bookstore, it would cost like $45, and I got it for $4, so hell yeah. Yeah, so that is the last of my August book haul. It's very huge. The one for September will be a little smaller, which is good. So yeah, because I am rapidly running out of room, like for real. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this haul, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.